you audible? Do you hear me, please? Okay, now I welcome you all to this new year, and I'm happy to share this session today about the decision theory in quantitative techniques, which is also most easiest than the other chapters like assignment problem. So that's why I have chosen the unit 7. Then later I will discuss the other topic. Decision theory, in the sense, in the quantitative techniques, we have been engaging in more techniques such as transportation problem, assignment problem, and linear programming, which also addresses how to take the decision using the limited resources in order to optimize the objective. So here also, decision theory, the managers may make the best decision among multiple decision alternatives. For a manager, there may be multiple decisions available in which he or she may have to select the best decision alternative, which would give maximum payoff or maximum output or minimum cost. So here in the sorry. Here, the decision theory can be applied in situations where the decision maker is faced with several decision alternatives and an uncertain set of future events. In this situation, the decision maker has to select one of the several courses of action. So that's why we have been discussing a separate unit. Since for the decision maker, there are so many multiple decision alternatives available in which he or she may have to select the one decision alternative. Right. There are 4 types of decision making situations, organizations. One is decision making under uncertainty. The second one, decision making under risk, decision making under uncertainty, and decision making under the conflict. Right. Let's discuss what is the decision making under uncertainty. In the sense, the situation where the decision maker knows the certainty state of nature for each decision alternative, and the information is available to the decision maker in this situation. For example, if a manager or if an individual wants to invest some of money in a bank, which provide, for example, interest. So that is a certainty. If you have to invest a lump sum of money, 1 million, but we know that uh, percentage, the interest may be invest. So that is a decision making under the uncertainty. We know the situation of the states of nature. Among that, we may select the foundation alternative. For example, National Serving Bank may be giving a 10%. People's Bank may be 60, like that. So then for the decision maker, the certainty of the states of nature is available for each decision alternative. So the perfect information is available. So we know that person is the perfect information. So the decision maker may select which would yield the maximum profit accordingly. So that is about the decision making under certainty. Second one, decision making under risk. So this is a situation where perfect information is not available to the decision maker. But the probability of the occurrence for each state of nature can be estimated. Under this state, the decision maker, the perfect information is available. So in the earlier case, decision making 10%, 12%, that's the perfect information for an investment. For in this case, decision maker perfect information is not available, but the probability of the occurrence for each of the probability will be given. So in other words, the probability will be given. So now in that situation, there may be, we can consider you may change this. There are following two methods to make the best decision alternative. One is value, EMV, we may call that expected opportunity loss. So that is EOA. So these two, based on these two methods, the decision maker may calculate the risk or may select the decision alternative under the risk situation. So here what is the important thing is the perfect information will not be given or will not be available for the decision maker. The each of nature. Here we consider the stage of for a given decision or different state of nature can be affected by the decision maker. So for each and every state, the probability may be calculated or expected. So under this one, these two EMV, expected monetary value and expected opportunity loss. Fourth one, decision making under uncertainty. Here, this is a situation where the decision maker cannot even estimate probabilities associated with the various states. In such situation, a decision maker prefer to choose a decision criterion which will not require any knowledge about the probabilities of states of nature. Right. In the earlier case, the first beginning one information available. So, the simple example is investing a money in the banks. So here the perfect information for monthly how much interest rate will be given for the investment. So that can be easily for simple decision maker might select which would give the highest interest. Then that will be the best decision among the multiple decision alternative. So here in this case, under the risk, perfect information is not available for the investment for the decision maker, or not only for the investment, maybe the return. In the same time, for each of states of nature, the probability of the occurrence will be estimated by the decision maker. So in the decision making uncertainty, in the sense, here for the decision maker, the perfect information is not available, and also probabilities associated with the various states of nature also. Decision maker choose a decision under no need any knowledge about the probabilities or any
Madam,
yeah.
Madam, excuse me. The voice which you are talking is not clear, madam. It's really striking. We couldn't listen what you are teaching.
Really?
Yeah, madam. It's striking.
Last time,
When it,
it's
when,
like
yeah, when you continue one
buffering.
sentence, two words is up where we could hear another words are striking down. It's blurring and buffering.
Maybe buffering, no?
Yeah, ma'am.
And first time also the same, no?
Yeah, last time also there was the same problem.
Maybe my phone. It's definitely because of the problem. Is it okay now, dear?
Yeah, ma'am. It's now okay.
It's not okay, no?
Yeah.
But, now just restart. Please, if anything trouble, please talk me. Otherwise, check me.
Okay.
Actually, okay. Welcome, please. I really, you are most welcome. If you have any problem, please talk to me. Right now we are discussing the decision theory. In quantitative techniques management, this theory is one of the easiest than the assignment problem, really. Why we are focusing the dictionary as a separate unit? Since even though we have discussed more topics like assignment problem or transportation and renaming, in which we focus take this decision. So why we are separately considering this also as a decision? Decision theory is engaged really in the selecting the best decision of multiple decision alternatives. Right. Now, this decision theory can be applied in situation where the decision maker is faced with several decision alternatives and an uncertain set of future of events. In such situation, the decision has to select one of the courses of action. Right. Now, in the when we are focusing to select the best decision alternative for the decision maker, there may be several decision alternatives options will be available in which he or she may have to select the best decision alternative. At the same time, there may be different events. Maybe we can call that the nature states of nature and decision maker has to select one of the several courses of action. Now, there are in the decision making situations, There may be 4 decision making. One is decision making under certainty. Other one is decision making under risk. Third one, decision making under uncertainty, and decision making under conflict. So under these 4 type of situation, a decision maker may select the decision making. Then we'll go by one. Decision making under certainty, in the sense, this is a situation where the decision maker knows with certainty the states of nature for the states of nature for each decision alternative. So these are the keywords we may focus. So the decision maker knows the certain states of nature for each decision alternative, and the perfect information is available to make decision to this area. For example, a decision maker, maybe you or my manager in company, want to invest money. Okay. This is a situation where the decision maker with the certainty, states of nature for alternative in the sense, the decision maker, there may be multiple different or various additional ways to invest his money or money in a bank, for example. If he or she wants to invest money, 1 million money in the NSB bank, for example, NSB bank will give us, suppose, NSB may give 10% interest for the investment, whereas people maybe 15% interest, and the other one of the other private bank, maybe HNB, maybe 18%. So therefore, the decision maker, correct information is available. So he may decide the highest interest rate, so that he or she may invest on the highest investment decision alternative. So that is really the decision making under the certainty. One, decision making under the risk. So this we not worry because we know if 100 million rupees is available, 10% how much money, then we may select which will be the best. This is the second decision making type, that is decision making under risk. This is where information is to the decision maker.
Excuse me, ma'am.
But yeah,
Ma'am, your voice is not
again,
changed. Again, there is a
it's
problem. Yeah.
Then it's definitely because of a network problem, maybe because I couldn't get one more signal in my Wi-Fi. The only 3 is blinking. Let's see. Shall I take the 7 p.m. during
Sorry, madam, we have lecture at 7 p.m.
you have 7 evening time also. Last time also the same problem, no? But for the other today, I have given the lectures for other group, no problem at all. Just wait, please. I will make some. Okay, once again, once again, I just this paragraph, you check whether it is okay or not. Decision making under uncertainty. This is a situation where the decision maker knows with certainty the state of nature for each decision alternative, and the perfect information is available to make decision making maker in situation. Still buffering?
No, madam. At starting, it's okay, but while
Ah,
continuing, what is going to happen, we don't know.
Really, no?
Yeah,
Okay.
ma'am.
Shall I manage and continue?
If it is struggling much, we'll inform, madam. You just continue now.
Okay. Okay. Now we are discussing the decision making situation under 4 situations. One is decision making under certainty. I have already explained you. This is a very simply a decision maker with the perfect information. Make the city best, select the best decision alternative among the various decision alternatives. So 1 million money to be invested in a bank. So for example, People's Bank may give a 15% interest, 10%, HNB 18%. So perfect information is available about the investment. So the decision maker may select the bank which give the highest interest rate. So that is the decision making under certainty. Other one is decision making under risk. This is a situation where the perfect information is not available. So about the investment or the payoff or the return, the information may be not available, must be not available even to the decision maker, but the probability of occurrence for each state of nature can be estimated. So the probability here may be estimated for each states of nature. Then under this method, there are two here the three, really there's a typing mistake. I will discuss, there are many methods, but I will focus only two method here. So that is EMV, expected monetary value, then expected monetary loss, expected opportunity loss. These are the two methods we may calculate the decision making under the risk. Third one, decision making under uncertainty. Here, for the uncertainty, this is a situation where cannot even estimate the probabilities associated with the various of states of nature. So here perfect information also not available. At the same time, the probabilities also cannot be estimated. In such situations, the decision maker would prefer to choose a decision criterion which will not require any knowledge about the probabilities of the So here the simply what we can say that uncertainty in the sense for the decision maker, perfect information is not available. At the same time, the probability also cannot be estimated. So under this situation, the decision maker may based one of the 5 criterion to select the best decision alternative. So here maxi-max criterion, maxi-min criterion, minimax criterion, criterion of realism, equally likely criterion. Then fourth one is decision making under conflict. Here this is a situation where an organization make decisions comparing the strategies in relation to the pricing, promotion, etc. of the other organizations in the industry. So here we cannot directly use the quantitative technique to select the best decision alternative. This is about the decision making under conflict in the sense here the organization may take the decision comparing the strategies and objective and other um, uh, other maybe the mainly strategies in relation to their pricing policies, promotions, product modification, etc. of the other organization in the industry. So now this is under conflict. But in the QTM, use techniques, we are not using the under conflict method. At the same time, we are not focusing the decision making under certainty because it's very obvious, very simply for investment or for a return, the perfect information is available. Simply we may calculate and select the best one. So here we have to focus two type of decision using the quantitative techniques method, that is decision making under the risk. Here we may focus these two type of decision making. At the same time, decision making uncertainty using the 5 criterion how a decision maker may select the best decision alternative. So now we'll go for an activity. Right. Now this is an activity for you. Here activity 7.1. This is about the company payoff. I think right. What is that? Not given the addressing sentences here. Anyway, you may get to know that a company would like to make estimate 3 decision alternative in relation to produce its product, to produce model A, to produce model B, to produce model C. For example, or Toyota company or car company want to produce 3 type of car or model. Model A may be large size, maybe small size or medium size, like that. Or separate maybe model, different model, model B, which is something different from A, like that. Proposing 3 type of model. So the first, you all know that when they are producing their product as a sample, they will commercialize first. Commercial and they may estimate which would bring more payoff. But here the possible states of nature. These are the states of nature. Maybe low demand for the product, or medium demand for the product, or high demand. So there are 3 states of nature estimated by the decision maker. The company may already based on their previous records, they may be able to estimate the states of nature. Right. Now, if for the decision alternative type A model to produce model A, under the states of nature, maybe if the low demand available for product, then this is the rupees payoff. They may forecast to get for the model A, even though under the low demand condition, states of nature. For the same product, if the states of nature may be prevail, medium demand may prevail, at the time also model A may score 500,000 rupees as a payoff. The same time, if for the product, if the higher demand available or exist, then the company estimated 600,000 rupees as a payoff. determines the company. There are three decision alternatives. Whether which product will be very highly maximizing the profit. So they want to estimate that based on some criteria. For that, they have estimated demand. If the product during the low demand condition, how would be the payoff? If the for the product, if the medium demand exists, what will be the payoff? Then for the higher demand, what will be the payoff? Then they estimated this is actually based on their previous experience and all. Even for the beginning company, first the fresh company or fresh company which would like to produce that means newly models, then they also, the operations manager or a marketing manager may estimate that based on the customers research, the marketing research, then they will come to know and they will estimate how would be the payoff in each and every stage of nature. So this is estimated by the operations manager. Here you have been given following further information. What is that? The probabilities for states of nature are estimated by the management as follows. Probability for the low demand. If for the low demand, they estimated that the probability for the states of nature for the low demand, for the medium demand is 40%, high demand is 30%, altogether 1. So probability for the 100% probability, they divide and they estimated that for the higher 40% chance or the probability for the medium demand, another 30% probability for the low demand, and another high demand. So this is also estimated by the management. And so the company feels a fairly optimistic and assign a value to alpha 0.7. I later talk to this alpha where decision making under uncertainty. Then I will explain what is the optimistic value in alpha. Then let's first we'll do one by one. Right, now find the best alternative decision under uncertainty and risk situation. Then I have told you that decision making under certainty, we don't much worry about that. Very simply we may calculate, so we are not addressing today. Decision making conflict is actually not based on the quantitative techniques, that is based on the strategies and objective of other competitive organizations in the industry. So here only we will focus decision making and decision making under uncertainty situation. I think this information will be helpful to this calculation. First, let me explain to you the decision making under risk. Please prepare your table in your notebook first. Don't put this one now. Only this decision making under this one, and you put the probability under. So earlier it is said, no, probability for the low demand is 30, probability for the medium is 40, probability for the high demand is 30%. So it is in the decimal, it is written like that: 0.3, 0.4, 0.3 for under each and every states of nature. So first prepare this table. Right, now I'll come to the point. What is expected monetary value? So expected monetary value will be considered with the probability of the states of nature And for these states pay the expected sales volume maybe. Simply we may say payoff. So this payoff will be multiplied by the states of by its respective states of nature. So then all these payoff will be multiplied by probabilities of each and every states of nature. Then we'll get the total. Consider the first one. You also calculate with the calculator. So now we are considering first for the model A. For the model A, you see here, this payoff 500,000 rupees will be multiplied by these 3 plus this 5,000 rupees under the each medium condition multiplied by this 5,000 rupees plus this 600,000 rupees will be multiplied by this each probability of nature, that means 0.3. So every payoff under each states of nature will be multiplied by its respective probabilities. Then we will get the total sum value. So here you see here this 0 multiplied by this 5,000 plus this 4 multiplied by this 500,000 plus this 3 into 600,000. Then you right. Likewise, please calculate the model EMV, expected material value for the model B and C. And please compare your answer with my answer. Sometime my answer also will be wrong, purposely or by mistakenly. Right. Have you calculated all these? Right. Now we'll come to this second model B. So this 300,000 will be multiplied by these 3. So that is here. Then the second payoff 800,000 will be multiplied by these 4. So here. Then this 8,000 rupees will be multiplied by these 3. Now here. So then if you multiply and add this value, you will get 650,000 rupees. Likewise, for the model C, here minus in the sense for the C product, C model, if the state of nature will be the low demand, if low demand prevail, definitely there will be loss. So there will be loss. Then if the medium exists, then 100,000 rupees as a payoff. But for the same model C, for the higher demand situation, 1 million will be the payoff. Now you just multiply by each and every states of nature, 0.3 into minus 100,000 rupees. So then 4.4 into 100,000 rupees. Then here 1 million into 0.3. Right. Now, if you add this one, so this will be automatically deducted. Then the answer is 310,000. Now, among the expected monetary value, model A give the payoff, total payoff, expected monetary value will be 530,000. Here 650, 310. So in the expected monetary value, we have to select the best decision alternative which give the highest expected monetary value, highest or the largest expected monetary value. In this case, model B give 650,000. So this is the highest one. So select model B. Model B is the best decision. So now you can write the answer. According to the expected monetary value criteria, model B is the decision with the largest expected monetary value of rupees 650,000 is the recommended decision. So in the expected monetary value, very simple. So if what is payoff is given to you, then you just put the probability that also will be given as a further information. So simply for the decision alternative, there are 3 decision alternative for the decision maker, whether to produce model A or model B or model C. So then the different payoff under each and every different states of nature divided, maybe low demand, maybe medium demand or the higher demand. Then these payoff is calculated. Then each and every payoff, for if you consider the model A, the same model under low demand, medium demand, high demand by its respective probability of the nature, then calculate and get the total value. So accordingly, there are 3 values you have calculated. So among the values, you have to the expected monetary value, which give the highest expected monetary value. So in this case, model B is the highest one. So then separately also you may show and put it. So this is the best one. Model B is the decision, recommended decision. Okay. Shall I move to the next second one? Shall I move, please? Are you clear, dears?
Yeah, ma'am, we are clear. You can.
Okay. Okay, right. Second one, expected opportunity loss. Here, please prepare a table and only put this title of the table. So here, expected opportunity loss in the sense, we have to produce or prepare opportunity loss table. So from the beginning, that means the primal table, we have to prepare a opportunity loss table. So now this is from this table we prepare this table. Now you prepare only states of nature 1, 2, 3, the low, medium, and high demand, and produce model ABC. Also put the probability of nature 3.4.3. Don't put the answer. This is the answer. Don't put the answer now. Only prepare the opportunity list table. How to prepare the opportunity list table here? under each and every states of nature, under each and every states of nature, we have to consider the payoff. So for example, under the low demand, we'll consider this among these three model. If for the low demand states of nature, if the load exists, what would be the payoff for the model A? 500,000. For the model B, 300. Minus 100. So among these three models, select the best one, best decision. That is the here 100,000. We know that, no. For the model A, under the low demand condition, the model A gave 500,000. This is higher than these two. So this is the best decision. So you select the best decision as 0. 0 indicates here the best decision. You convert this 500,000 into best, that is 0. In the assignment problem also we did that. And you calculate the additional losses. That's what opportunity loss. Additional losses for the other two model. So for the model A, 500,000. So definitely, if we select the model B, that will be additional losses. But what is 200,000? How do we calculate? The selected one minus the 300,000. So from the 500,000, select the 300. So extra, the being additional, that is the loss for the company. So now this is the 200,000. Are you clear? So among the each and every low demand nature, so select the highest one, that is the best 0, then additional losses. Additional losses here, 400 minus 300, 100 minus 100 will become 600. So is here under the medium demand condition time. So when we consider this table, this row, this column, 500, 800, 100. So model A give 500 payoff, 500,000. Model B 800,000 payoff. Model C 100,000. So model B is the under medium demand condition time. So now here this 800,000 is the highest one. So you make this 8,100 rupees as 0, then calculate the additional losses. So if is originated or selected, loss will be 800,000 minus 500,000. So 300,000 will be the additional losses. The same time 800,000 minus 100, so 700,000 is the losses. So every column, every demand condition or states of nature, select the best one and make that is the 0, make the best one as a 0 and calculate the additional losses for the other to prepare this opportunity loss table. Right. Now the same way, higher demand, this column. Here 600,000, 800,000, 1,000, no, 1 million. So now this is among this is the highest one. So make this 1 million as 0, then subtract, that means find the additional losses if the model A and B selected. So best one is this model C is the best one. So select, if B is selected, what will be the additional loss? If A is selected, what will be the additional loss? So 1 million minus 800 rupees, so 200,000 is the losses, additional loss. And 1 million minus 600,000, so 400,000 is the additional loss. Now you have prepared the opportunity loss table. This opportunity loss table. Now, as we did in the expected matter value, calculate the same way. How? For the model A, what will be the expected opportunity loss for the model A? For model A, payoff 0, 300,000, 100,000. But here the probability for each and every states of nature by this amount. So, okay, now we'll consider the first one. This 0.3 will be multiplied by the 0. For now we are considering the A. Okay. Now we consider first A, model A. For the model A, now we have to consider the 0, this value, the 300,000 and 400,000. Only these three. Then those will be multiplied by its respective probabilities. 0.3, 0.4 and 0.3. So you calculate and find the value. Right here, 0 into 0.3 and 0.4 into 100,000. Then this 400,000 will be multiplied. Right. Now this is automatically, this will become 0. Then calculate these two and get the total amount. So then it will become 240,000. If you calculate and get this one, you will get the 240,000 rupees. So that is here given. What is the expected opportunity loss? Can you please calculate the expected monetary opportunity loss for the B and C? So this 200,000 rupees will be plus this 0 into 4, that means 0.4, plus 200,000 rupees into 0.3. Then what will be the answer? Here that is given. Okay, my answer is correct. 120 is correct or wrong?
Correct, ma'am.
Correct, madam.
Okay. Yeah, thank you. Then for the model C, also have you calculated? The same way, please calculate for the model C. Now 600,000 rupees will be multiplied by the 3. So here, then this 700,000 will be multiplied by 0.4. So that is here. Then 0 will be multiplied, that automatically it is 0. Then you will get the answer 460,000 rupees. Right. Now you will get these three answers here. You may put here, even though you can put here, otherwise it's not necessary, but for your easy understanding, I have put this answer in the one table. Even you may take the from this 240, 120 and so 406 rupees. Now, what is the best selection? You have to select the least opportunity loss. In the expected monetary value, we have to consider the highest expected 650. No, highest expected monetary value. Here, since we are focusing the opportunity loss table, here in this case we consider the opportunity loss table, we have to consider the least expected opportunity loss. So in this case, 240, 120, 460. So 120 is the least one. So accordingly, model B is the best decision alternative. So here 120 is the least one. So you have to select the model B. So you may write, since the opportunity loss table, from the opportunity loss table, the expected opportunity loss is the least opportunity loss is 120. So that is for the model B. So the model B is the recommended decision. So select the model B. Simply you may say select the model B. So this is actually these two methods we focus under the decision making under risk situation. Right. Now I can move to the hope I can move to the next criterion. So in this, once again, I will let me summarize in 1 minute. This under risk in the sense the payoff will be given. So in the given payoff, you have to consider the expected monetary value for each and every model. Simply you calculate the total payoff by means of multiplying this probability nature with each and every payoff. Then you get the amount. In this amount, you select the highest expected monetary value. So among these things, you have to select the highest one. So here in the opportunity loss table, from the primary table, you have to loss table. So each and every demand states of nature, you have to select the best one and change the best one as 0 and calculate the additional losses. Then that is the additional loss table. So every column wise in the sense every states of nature wise, you have to consider this one. Then opportunity loss table now prepared. For the opportunity loss table, you consider the probability. Then that should be multiplied by each and every payoff. It's with its respective probabilities of nature. You have got this final opportunity loss expected value. So among the expected value, select the minimum. Right now, we'll go for the next decision making criterion. That is decision making under uncertainty. So earlier we have discussed decision under risk. So those expected monetary value and expected opportunity loss are the two methods mainly considered under the risk. Now here in the decision making under uncertainty, there are 5 methods. One is Maximax criterion and Minimax criterion, Maximax criterion, Maximin criterion, Min, now there is an equally likely criterion. One by one, let's discuss. Right. Now, on decision making and uncertainty, Maximax criterion. So it's so simple. Then the expected monetary value and opportunity loss. It's simply with 1 second we may get the answer based on this criterion. Max in the sense the answer itself has really what is this maximum of maximum payoff. So under this criterion, select the maximum value of maximum payoff. So simply you remember max in the sense maximum of maximum payoff. So first we have to consider the maximum payoff. First consider the maximum payoff. Then only we may consider among the maximum, select the maximum. That's why maximum of maximum payoff. So maximum payoff, every model, each and every model under each and every states of nature, what is the highest amount? The amount payoff, maximum payoff, they may for the model A under the each and every states of nature. Among these 3 natures, what will be the highest amount? So simply you calculate that. So 500,000, 500,000 and 600,000. So for the model A, this 600,000 is the highest payoff. So put it. Are you clear? Then for the model B, 800, 800, 300. So this 800, these two 800 is the highest one. So select the highest one. One of the 8, no? So the 800 is the highest one. That means maximum one, maximum payoff. Produce C minus 100, 100, 1 million. So 1 million is the highest maximum payoff. So maximum payoff. Now you you have considered the maximum payoff. Now among maximum payoff, select the maximum one. So that's why among the maximum, select the maximum. So maximum of maximum payoff. So simply you may select this 1 million. So accordingly, producing model C is the best answer. So very simple. So under this criterion, maximum value among the maximum payoff is 1 million, and therefore the decision alternative selected is producing model C. So for the decision maker, no perfect information is available, no probabilities of nature occurrence also not available, but based on some criterion, based on some criterion, the best decision alternative. So under this one, Maxi-Max criterion is the way we calculate. Okay. Maximum of. Shall I go to the next one?
Okay, madam.
Okay. Second one, Maxi-Min criterion. Maxi-Min. So the criterion name itself has answer. Maximum, Maxi-Min in the sense maximum of minimum payoff. So Maxi-Max earlier, maximum of maximum payoff. Now here Maxi-Min in the sense maximum of minimum payoff. What is the minimum payoff? Now the minimum payoff one we consider for the model A 500, 500, 600. So this 500 is the minimum payoff. So now you select the minimum one. So that is the 500,000 rupees. So the later part minimum payoff is now calculated, considered. So model B 300,000, 8 and 8. So 300 is the minimum payoff. So select the 3, put the 3 here. Third one, producing model C. Here the minimum is minus 100. So that is also given. Now what is the criterion says? Maximum of minimum criterion, minimum payoff. So among the minimum payoff, select the maximum one. So in this way, maximum payoff among the minimum is 500,000. So under this model, select model A. So answer is select the model. It's very simple. Only if you clearly consider the title itself, you directly find the answer. Maximum of minimum payoff. Minimum, among the minimum payoff, select the maximum one. Right. These two are very simply we may consider. First one maximum payoff. So among the maximum payoff, select the maximum one. Here select the minimum payoff first. Among the minimum payoff, the maximum of minimum payoff. So select the maximum one again. Maximum of minimum payoff. That is maximum of maximum payoff. So under this criterion, producing model A is the best answer. Right. Let me go to the next one. That is Minimax criterion. Yeah, Minimax criterion. Usually consider for the Minimax mean minimum of maximum opportunity loss. So minimum of maximum opportunity loss. Minimum of not maximum payoff here. Minimum of maximum opportunity loss. Not this Minimax criterion is always related with the opportunity loss table. Sorry. So here please rewrite your opportunity loss table, then only very simply, otherwise you will be confusing. So under this criterion, write your opportunity loss table, rewrite in your notebook. Right. Right. Shall I come to? Okay. Shall I come to explain here? Right. Minimum of maximum payoff, maximum opportunity loss in the sense. Here you have to calculate the maximum opportunity loss. So this title itself has the answer. So here you have to consider Minimax in the sense minimum of maximum opportunity loss. So maximum opportunity loss, you consider to this criterion directly your opportunity loss table. In this loss table, consider what is the maximum opportunity loss. So under the low demand 0, medium demand 300, so high demand 400,000. So what is the maximum opportunity loss is? If we select the model A, maximum opportunity loss is 400,000. You calculate the loss. For the model B, 200,000, 0, 200, what is the maximum opportunity loss? 200,000. You calculate that one. So here 200, 200. Produce the model C, 600, 700. So what is the maximum one? 700,000. So maximum opportunity loss 700,000. So remember, in this case, if you select the maximum minimum one, then that will be zeros. Then you will not be able to select the best one. So in the opportunity loss table, select the highest maximum opportunity loss. Then select the highest, that means maximum opportunity loss 400. Here 200, here 700. Among the maximum opportunity losses, select the minimum one. So minimum of maximum opportunity loss among the opportunity loss highest, that means maximum opportunity loss, select the minimum one. So that is 200. So accordingly, model B is the best decision. So very clearly, Minimax criterion says minimum of maximum opportunity loss. So here for this criterion, only criterion you have to consider this opportunity loss table. You consider for the expected opportunity loss also. But in the opportunity loss uncertain situation, you have to consider opportunity loss table under the Minimax criterion. Then simply you just select the highest maximum opportunity loss for each and every model. So select the maximum one. Then among the maximum opportunity loss, you have to select the minimum one. So here 200,000 rupees. So that is mean you can select the producing model B. So that is Minimax criterion. Here no multiplication, no calculation and all. So only you based on some criterion for the decision maker, you have to select the best decision. So decision may be different from each criterion. That is no problem. But decision maker justify one method, and he or she may use that method. I have used this Minimax criterion to go for the best decision alternative. Otherwise, no, I have selected method EMV, expected material value, to select the best decision alternative. So either one of the 7 items may be considered. Not any time, not 7 altogether cannot be, because your decision will be different. No, all the decision will be different from criterion to criterion, method to method. So that's why for their decision making policy, they may using based on this method or this criterion, I have selected the best one. So then that is depend on their decision making process. Okay, that's all. That is the third one. Let me go to the fourth one now. Criterion of realism. Here only I have to explain the additional information here we have given earlier. The firm feels fairly optimistic and assign a value to alpha 0.7. Here, the optimistic in the normally in the psychological view, organizational context, the optimistic, I mean, being positive, no, always believe to be better things happen. So that is normally optimistic. The person who always positively feels they may become called optimistics. The different terminology used in the psychological and organizational. Optimistic value here, that means the possibility for the maximum payoff. So actually that is the optimistic. What is the firm feels fairly optimistic in the sense, here also it's also look like a probability, maximum 1. So here alpha 1 0.7 alpha mean, so 70% possibility for the maximum to getting a maximum payoff. So that is optimistic, getting a maximum payoff of 70%. So 0.3, otherwise 1 minus alpha, 0.3 in the sense only 30% possibility for the minimum payoff. So that is really this sentence explained. Now let me explain to the activity. This this alpha value will be utilized only to the criterion of realism. So under this criterion, you have to select the largest weighted payoff. Here, what is the weighted payoff? Weighted payoff will be calculated with the alpha and 1 minus alpha. So I will let me again explain here. For the model B, model A, low demand 500,000, medium demand 500,000, high demand 600,000. So alpha says there's a 70%, that means 0.7, given 70% or 0.7 possibility to get the maximum payoff. So 7%, 70% payoff maximum here. Another 1 minus alpha, that is 0.3 or 30%. In other words, 30% possibility for the minimum payoff 500,000. So even though there are three, but we select the we have to assign alpha for the maximum payoff and assign 1 minus alpha for the minimum payoff. In this case, two minimum same, so it will be no problem. We will consider this one, different answers. 1 minus minus 100 plus 100,000, 1 million. So 1 alpha assigned here maximum payoff. That means possibility to get the highest payoff. So we have to assign alpha for the 1 million, 1 minus alpha for the minimum. So we do not consider the in the middle way. That's the point. Only maximum payoff will be multiplied by the alpha minimum payoff will be multiplied by 1 minus alpha. That's all. Right. Now I will let me do this calculation. Also, please, you also prepare your table here. I think your table, you don't, no need to prepare each and every and criterion. Every time you don't need to prepare the table. You can address from the beginning. Only you have to prepare the opportunity loss table at the time of examination time. Otherwise, it will time consuming. No? If you draw the table for under each and every criterion, I think it's time consuming. No need to consider. Or you can prefer your primary table. Right. Now we will come to that. That is what criterion of realism consider the alpha value. Alpha in the sense firm fairly feel optimistic. That means maximum possibility for the maximum payoff. So always you have to assign this alpha value to the maximum profit payoff. The 1 minus alpha, normally the optimistic one, probability also 1. Likewise, if the alpha is 0.7, then only 1 minus 0.7 is 1 minus 7, that is the 0.3. So you have to calculate these two. So however, alpha given here, 0.7 will be given here. So other one is 1 minus alpha. You have to calculate 1 minus 0.3, 0.7. So automatically 0.3 here. For the maximum payoff. So alpha will be multiplied, 0.7 will be multiplied by the maximum payoff here, 600,000 here. Then plus 0.3, 1 minus alpha will be multiplied by the minimum payoff, that is 0.3 into 500. There are two 500, select one 500. So then here that is multiplied and you get the value answer. Also, please calculate your answer for the model B and C. You assign 0.7 to the highest one, 0.3 for the least one. For the C, assign multiply the alpha by the highest one, 1 minus alpha 0.3 multiplied by the least one. So get the answer, and we'll after that we may select the best decision. Or
Madam,
yeah.
madam,
Yes,
madam,
yes.
if suppose in the question they mention company fairly pays pessimistic and give the alpha
Oh.
value, mean we should take that value for the minimum payoff, madam.
Yes, yes, of course. If it is for the minimum payoff. So now normally alpha is assigned to the optimistic. Are you clear?
Suppose if they give pessimistic, mean we should take for the minimum payoff.
Yeah, exactly. If it is pessimistic in the sense, you have to consider the negative. That means minimum payoff.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you.
Okay. Right. Now you please multiply this one model B. Now this is assign alpha for the highest value. So 0.7 into 800. Then 0.3 into 300 is the least one. Right. So 500. So answer will be 600. Likewise, model C. Also, you may consider sometime states of nature given as 2 column, only low demand and high demand. You just ignore the medium, for example. Only 2 given, so simply you may select the highest one, alpha, assign 1 minus alpha to the lowest one. So even though here in this case 3 column, 3 states of nature given, so you don't confuse what will be happen in the middle one. So no, it's only based to assign alpha to highest payoff, assign 1 minus alpha or pessimistic value for the low minimum payoff. That's all. Then in between you no need to consider in between the sense with the lowest and highest one. Only consider the lowest and highest. So here also consider the signs. negative sign here, 3 into minus 100,000. So calculate that will be deducted. Then you will get this answer, 670,000. Right. Hope you have calculated and checked your answer with my one. So accordingly, here also the base selection criteria is the select the highest weighted payoff. Select the highest or largest weighted payoff. Here the highest weighted payoff is 650. Here criteria of realism value, highest payoff, weighted payoff. So in this case, 670 is the 1000 is the highest payoff, weighted payoff. Then go for the selection model C. So answer is produce model C is the best answer. This criteria. Right. Shall I move to the last one? It's very simple technique. That's why I have really selected this chapter in advance. Right. Under this one, select the highest one. Highest weighted payoff 670. So model C is the best answer. Right. Let me go to the next last one. That is so easiest. Equally likely criterion. Equally likely criterion in the sense, under this criterion, select the maximum average payoff. So first you have to calculate the average payoff here. That is equally likely. For each and every model are using under low and medium and high demand situation, considering all these payoff, only calculate the average payoff. So how to calculate the average payoff? Simply you may say that 500 plus this 500 plus 600. So n is there are three. N is size is 3. So then you had to divide by the 3. So 3 states of nature. So 1, 2, 3 states of nature. So there are 3 amounts. This first these 3 amounts will be calculated and divided by the 3. Then you will get this answer. That's the average payoff. Likewise, please calculate the average payoff for the model BC. So model B and C, please calculate. Again, this 300 plus 800 plus 800 divided by the 3. Likewise, minus 100, 100, 100, 1 million. So that will be divided by the 3. So you can select this, get this answer. Right. Now, you among the average payoff, these are the 3 average payoff I have transmitted here. So select the average payoff. So highest or maximum average payoff. So accordingly, this is the highest average payoff. So select model B. So model B, here the maximum payoff is the 633 333 rupees, and the decision alternative selected would be producing model B. That's all. Okay, these 5 and 2 will be considered even for the examination questions, because the first one normally that is so simple. We may no need to calculate that one. Under the fourth criteria also, no any quantitative techniques involved. So only this decision making under risk and under uncertainty. There under the risk there are 2 methods, and under uncertainty there are 5 methods. Altogether 7 methods will be considered. Right. Now this that's all for the under the decision making. So once again, for your easy understanding, let me summarize within 2 minutes. So under the 4 criteria, so we do not consider the decision making under uncertainty, and we do not consider the decision making under conflict. Only we will consider the decision making under risk. Under this risk, here probability of occurrence will be given, but no any perfect information available. Excuse me. Right. Sorry. Under the risk, there are only we consider expected monetary value and expected opportunity loss. And under the decision making under uncertainty, no perfect information is available, no probability of states of nature also not estimated. Only based on any criteria, the decision maker may select the best one. Accordingly, there are 5 methods. So altogether, these 7 methods we may be expected to calculate or do that one. So this activity, there are 3 model, but states of nature also estimated. So in which the payoff is given. So based on the table, additional information also given probabilities for every states of nature, and also the firm feels fairly optimistic and assign a value to alpha 0.7. So this one only will be useful to the criteria of realism under uncertainty situation. So whereas other this probability will be useful for in the EMV, EOL cases. Okay, now consider the EMV monetary value. Simply, each and every payoff will be multiplied by its respective probabilities, then get the total value. Among the total value, select the highest one. Second one, for the opportunity loss, you from the primary table, you directly select prepare your opportunity loss table. Then every states of nature, every model select the best one. That means best one which will be the highest payoff under the demand condition, states of nature condition. Then this model select the best one as 0, then calculate the other additional loss. That's what opportunity loss. So additional losses here, then calculate this one. Likewise, every states of nature is the best one. Then from this table, EOA expected opportunity loss is prepared. This value like MV multiplied by this respective probability of nature, states of nature. So accordingly, every model will be payoff will be multiplied by respective probability of nature. Then then we will get the value, and among the derived value, least opportunity loss. So now these 2 methods will be considered under risk. Another under decision making under uncertainty we to consider. So here max criterion, That means maximum of maximum payoff. So every model you select the maximum payoff and select the maximum of maximum. Here maximum of minimum, min criterion, maximum of minimum payoff. Here you have to consider or select the minimum payoff for each and every model. So select the minimum payoff and among the minimum select the maximum. So maximum of minimum payoff. Minimax criterion, remember very carefully, for minimum opportunity. For this table, we have to consider not for the primary table. Here you have to consider the opportunity loss table. So for the opportunity loss table, so minimum of maximum opportunity loss. For each and every model, select the later part, maximum opportunity loss first. So maximum opportunity loss for each and every decision alternative, you have to consider and select and put it. Then among the maximum opportunity loss, select the least one. So that is minimum one. So here minimum of maximum payoff. So that's it. That is why it is called Minimax criterion. Minimum criterion of realism for this is only the alpha value weighted average. That means the optimistic value is given. The optimistic value, do not get any confusion here. This alpha is optimistic value. Optimistic value is given to the maximum payoff. So that is optimistic, was the highest payoff. So for each and every model, you have to multiply the payoff, highest payoff with alpha value 0.7, 1 minus alpha. Maybe it is pessimistic value. So this 1 minus alpha 0.3 will be multiplied by the least or minimum payoff. Now select the highest and select the least one, multiplied by the highest with the alpha in 1 minus alpha for the least one. So now you directly you get this after this multiplication and get the total amount. And among the weighted average amount, you select the highest one. So accordingly, the highest value is the model C. Right. Now the last one, equally likely criterion. Under this criterion, you have to select the maximum average payoff. So simply you calculate the average payoff for each and every model. So you have prepared here. Then select, that's all. Right. Now there's an activity for you. As I encourage you to do yourself after finishing this session. Spend your time and do this activity and try to find out this answer. And right. And you may WhatsApp your answer to this group, personally to this group, 10 answers. Then I will send my one, or I will send my comments after sending 10. So I will refer your mail and I will refer back to you after 9:30 or 10 o'clock. So any questions? There are so many discussion questions. Question number 1, question number 2, question number 3. Okay, question number 2, 1 and 2. Then the next I discuss question 3 given. So I will send the latest slide by tomorrow. Then lecture. Okay, Thursday 3 to 4. Then I will make use of Thursday 3 to 4. Then where I will discuss the decision tree. Then we'll send the link and handout later. So these discussion question number 1 and 2, you may yourself do. Do not send the answer to me. You may with your friends, you may discuss your answer. Then only the activities 1.2, just right now, you may do this answer and try WhatsApp to me. Right. Is there any more questions, please? Any questions, please? we'll meet you next time. Hope you may understand well. Sometime I'm very sorry. Sometime because of this network failure, we bothered. You bothered a lot. Anyway, please. This is happened during this network connection. It might happen. You know that. Okay. Then thank you very much for joining with me, and see you. Bye.